So with the Galaxy S26 Ultra, Samsung's finally upgrading a feature we've been waiting on since the Note 10 Plus. Took 6 years, but it's happening. And that's not the only good news today. I've got 4 more, 2 for the Ultra, 2 for the Edge. Let's get right into it. What's up guys, Sal here. So a few days ago, we found out that the S26 Ultra is keeping the same battery capacity. And yeah, the reason makes sense. Airlines don't like phones with batteries over 5300 mAh. But at the same time, we also learned something interesting. Samsung has finally decided to bump the charging speed beyond the 45 watt cap, the same tech they've been stuck with since the Note 10 Plus. Well, today, Ice Universe chimed in with something that looks a lot like confirmation. Now, he's not the type to casually drop the word confirmed unless it's locked in, so we can safely say it's happening. Faster charging is finally coming to the S26 Ultra. In fact, he said it will be the fastest charging Samsung has ever done. So what's the number? Most of us were hoping for 65 watts, but no, it's actually 60 watts. Ice Universe posted that on Weibo. That's a 15 watt boost over the 45 watt we have now. So just for context, the S25 Ultra with 45 watt charger takes just around an hour to go from 0 to 100. With 60 watts, you're looking at around 40 to 45 minutes for a full charge. Definitely a nice bump. And here's where Samsung actually has an edge. While competitors like OnePlus and Xiaomi might flex with 80 watts or even 100 watt speeds, those phones hit that peak for about 5 seconds before dropping off hard. Samsung on the other hand has tuned its 45 watt charging to stick closer to peak longer. If Samsung keeps the same charging curve, their 60 watts on the S26 Ultra might actually outperform some competitors using even 65 watts, at least in real-world charging speeds. Moving on, remember how the S25 Ultra dropped a surprising amount of weight this year? From 233 grams down to 218 grams. Well, we're getting another reduction. Ice Universe says the S26 Ultra will not only be thinner, apparently under 8mm, but also lighter than the S25 Ultra. He didn't mention specific numbers, but it's pretty wild that Samsung's suddenly trimming both thickness and weight like it's 2016 again. People say phone design has plateaued, clearly not. Now the screen size is getting a tiny bump too. Ice Universe says the S26 Ultra's display will grow by 0.03 inches. That translates to the phone being just a hair taller and wider. We're talking fractions of a millimeter here, so not a big deal. Then there's the chip. The S26 Ultra will be powered by the custom Snapdragon 8 Elite 2 for Galaxy. It's clocked at 4.74 GHz. That's 0.3 GHz jump over last year's Galaxy chip, and about 0.4 GHz higher than the regular 8 Elite. So yes, performance should see another healthy jump. Early benchmarks are showing gains of 20 to 30% in single core, which is impressive considering last year's chip was already a huge leap. And if you're wondering how that will stack up against Apple's upcoming A19 Pro, early signs point to Apple hitting 4000 in single core, but the 8 Elite should take the lead in multi-core. Now onto the S26 Edge. You probably already know that Samsung's ditching the Plus model and replacing it with the Edge. Not everyone's happy, mostly because of the battery life. But here's the good news. Ice Universe confirms a bigger battery for the S26 Edge. We don't know the exact size yet, but they're using a new battery tech to make this happen. Is it silicon carbon? Probably not. That tech has its own quirks. But regardless, more battery equals better phone, especially for regular users who don't care about specs. They just want their phone to last. What's crazier is that the S26 Edge is gonna be even thinner than the S25 Edge, which by the way is already just 5.8mm thick. Somehow, Samsung managed to go even thinner. If I had to guess, they're probably aiming for 5.5mm, which just so happens to be the rumored thickness of the iPhone 17 Air. Either way, props to Samsung. They've really stepped up lately, trimming both thickness and weight. Just look at what they're doing with the Fold 7. Speaking of which, Fold 7 pre-order offers will end in a matter of hours. If you've been holding out, this is pretty much your last call. You'll get $200 in credit, free storage upgrade, $1000 in trade-in, and a few more bonuses. Links down below. Alright, so those were 6 updates on the S26 lineup, but I've got 4 more on the S26 Ultra. Click right here and I'll see you there.